Morning, Albertans. Hope you guys are having a great morning today. I know there's a lot of stuff going on where we might have a potential general strike by the unions brought on by the NDP to try and overthrow the UCP government. Now, I'm going to update you guys on what's really going on behind the scenes and what we've uncovered in the last couple of weeks. So I've been working with students over at U of A, some who are going to become doctors, MDs. And they've encountered issues with their logins. So these MDs are very skilled computer experts like myself, aside from their strength of becoming doctors, but they're very good computer. I'd consider them hackers, but they're white hats. Good guys. When they ran into the problem, they realized that there was a compromise within the U of A network that's attached to the medical digital infrastructure of Alberta with AHS. We already know about the PowerSchool hack, and this is also connected to what's going on here in Alberta. So what did we do to protect the interest of kids, to protect the interest of Albertans? Well, my friends and I yesterday, we made a lot of calls and we spoke to a lot of people, and we got them to take action. So we started with the school boards. Now, the public school board did not answer our call, and it doesn't look like they've done anything to solve the crisis, the digital infrastructure network being hijacked by the public school board, and the unions know about this. They refuse to act on it. They refuse to drop any money to hire specialists to come in and fix the problem. The Catholic school board I spoke to yesterday, and I did speak to an IT individual, and they're preparing to run scans on their network to try and fix the issue. Then I phoned the Ministry of Technology, and I spoke to the Ministry of Technology's office, the Minister of Technology's office, and then I was directed to one of their heads of cyber for the Alberta government, and we submitted all the information, the data, everything that we know. And we've asked them to start running deep scans on all of the Alberta digital infrastructure because there's potential ransomware code that's lying dormant by Russian hackers in the 754 grooming gang, is what I call it. And the reason why we took action on our end for this is because we had parents contact us telling us the dark secrets of the school boards and the unions and the authorities. We have cases where students have been targeted by grooming gangs like the 754 Russian hackers, all connected to this, to the point where they are threatening the kids to self-harm, to self-mutilate, to create pornographic videos so it could be sold on the dark web, and to the point where they're getting their kids to install software on their home devices and taking over their home networks, running VPNs for credit card transactions or to push and distribute child pornography. These parents went to the authorities here in Alberta. They spoke to the RCMP, and the RCMP treated them like garbage. They did nothing to help these parents and these kids who were victimized by these gangs. Some of these members of the 754 gang live in Edmonton, following kids around. I'm planning to meet with some of the parents tomorrow to go over all the evidence. The Ministry of Technology knows about this. The school boards know about this. Now, to even further give you some insight, these individuals from U of A did contact the NDP because where they live, their MLA was Jody, who is part of the NDP. And there was a meeting that was set up with the NDP caucus and my friend, and he presented it all to them, and they did nothing. They sat back and didn't even contact the authority, which is, they're obligated to do that as a representative government when something like this happens. So the question is why didn't the NDP call the police? Why didn't the NDP call the UCP government or call the Alberta government to report this? Why did they just sit back? Well, I'll tell you why. Within the data code, within all the information that is in this data dump, there's information that shows that the NDP here in Alberta were colluding with a German group and transferring data from Canada to Germany. And there's communications that has been tracked between members of the NDP and people in Germany who we think are hackers. So this information's all been submitted yesterday, and I'm making it my point to make sure that we bring accountability and protect our kids. Because the left, the unions, this ATA, the LGBTQ, this political hijacking and activism, all the work that we've done to put common sense into this province will be undone. Meaning that if Nenshi gets in power and they get what they want, they're going to be chasing your kids with homosexuals and pedophilias. They're going to do everything to make sure that your kids are going to be harmed. They have no intention to secure digital infrastructure. They want it hijacked. That's what it looks like. So I just wanted to come on and notify everybody what we're doing right now, and to let you know that the Alberta government did take action and is taking action. Today, Cyber Alberta, all the cybersecurity specialists in Alberta are working collectively to run deep scans on the infrastructure and to try and get rid of the malware code and do something about this. It's being investigated by the highest authorities right now. You know, it's sad that the RCMP can't do their job and protect children and protect the public, but they'll sure protect their Crown representatives. But when it comes to the kids, we're victimized by these pedophiles, these grooming gangs, and the kids get interrogated like as if they are the criminal, like they're the guilty ones. There's no empathy there. And then put the blame on the parent when it's not the parent's fault. The fault is at the side of those who give email addresses to the kids at the age of 6. These kids are receiving pornography in their emails that they're given. These email addresses are given by the public and Catholic school boards. And there's phishing scams going on. Kids are getting porn in their emails. But that's okay. Nobody talks about that, right? Well, I'm going to talk about it because I'm fed up. So we're going to give the government some time to fix this. And I also have permission to jump on board and run surface scans on digital infrastructure to check for vulnerabilities now. So I'm glad I have that permission. I'm glad that we're all working together to protect Alberta and Albertans, the people of Alberta and our children. Who's to blame in all this? The NDP, the unions, the school boards, and their allied groups like the LGBTQ and all these other Marxist communist groups who have no problem with drag queen story time or having your child targeted by their friends who are part of the 754 grooming gang. And that's what I got to say today. So if anybody wants to help me, if you have computer skills and you're really good at doing network penetration, network testing, running scans for cyber and counter cyber, you have a skill set like that, get a hold of me. We need you. Now's the time for us to do what's right.